Hey guys, it's your girl Tally. Coming with you with another very important video. So listen up, guys. When you at that stage in your life where you just want better for yourself and you're expecting better, you have switched your mind to an abundance mindset where you just believe more for yourself. You're not being stingy, you're not being greedy, and you're not scared to lose anything. You're basically not scared to lose anything when it comes to people, when it comes to things and places, when it comes to resources, anything. You're just not afraid of losing. In general, that's what an abundance mindset is. You're not afraid of losing, even though you know losing is a possibility and it does happen along the journey. Of course, it happens, it's inevitable. But because you switch to the abundance mindset and you truly believe that everything will work out in your favor eventually, and that even if you do take a loss, you will be able to bounce back, and there's just more opportunities out there, there's more people, there's more places. In every sense of it, in every sense of the word, there's more out there. So you don't have to try to hold on to anything, any person, place, or thing. You don't have to hold on to it tight, because you know that there's others out there. If that thing, person, place, or thing is not trying to hold on to you tight, you don't have to hold on to it tight, because you just believe that there is more out there, and if this is not for me, I can get something else, I can get something better. God will provide. Really, that's what it really comes down to, that God will provide. So if you just believe that with your whole heart, and you're just in that place in your life where you just expect better, you want better, there's going to be a temptation to accept less. Here's my message. There's going to be a temptation to accept less. And this less, here's the thing. Here's where it gets tricky. This less that you're accepting, it could be a couple notches over what you're used to. Here we go. You see that? This is the thing that people won't tell you, and this is the thing that people won't know unless they're on this kind of similar journey to mine and to yours. If you're on that same journey, if you're not on that similar journey, you're not going to understand these certain parts, caveats and nuances to this journey, because you're kind of in the in-between. And in the in-between, you're going to run into some things that you're not typically used to, right? But just because it's not what you're typically used to doesn't mean it's meant for you. Doesn't mean it's for you. And the thing is, because you're used to accepting a little bit less than that, you're gonna feel like it's something. But in your heart of hearts, in the depth of your heart, you're gonna still feel that feeling of it could be better, aka it's not enough. So on this journey, you're gonna be faced, and honestly, I believe you'll be tested with accepting things that it could have been more than you're used to, right? So something that could have been more than you're used to getting. Like maybe if you're applying this to a job, your salary, the salary that you want, you may be being tested with a salary that's a little bit above what you wanted, a little bit above where you started, but it's not quite what you were shooting for either, right? And don't let me keep y'all out of a job, because sometimes you gotta start sometimes you gotta start from somewhere. So this really comes down to the judgment of your discernment, your judgment for your life, your relationship between God, what God is telling you. That's what it really comes down to, because I don't want people out here declining job opportunities because it's not exactly what you want, because there's actually a trick to that, where you accept less, and then you tell them in 6 months, at that same time where you accept less, you tell them in 6 months, if this and that is met, then I want this salary. So I learned that that's something you can do. You can accept less and negotiate more for 6 months. Add that in the contract when you're accepting the offer. But other than that, I'm saying this really comes down to what you are are feeling in your heart, what you know in your heart to be true for real. And this should come from a not an emotional place, but a sound, logical, informed place with wisdom as well. The wisdom of God, not man wisdom, but the wisdom of God. What God has been speaking to you about, what the Holy Spirit been speaking to you about. Because like I said, I'm not trying to get somebody out of the job. So you'll know. Honestly, if you're in tune, you will know what's for you and what's not for you. You don't even have to listen to me, to be honest. You don't even have to take my advice. You don't have to listen to this video, because if you're really in tune, you know what's for you. You're gonna feel it. There's gonna be a feeling. If it's not for you, there's gonna be a feeling that it's not for you. But if you're applying it to a job, yes, you're gonna be tested with, okay, is this, not even if it doesn't have to be the salary, it's something, your job description, the type of job you were shooting for, the amount of money, whatever, the area it's in, whatever you're trying to search for in a job, that you created a standard. Come on, y'all. You created a standard about it, and you say, listen, I'm not taking less than this, I'm not doing less than this, I'm not accepting less than this. So that's for the job. Or maybe it's in the person that you're looking for to be your life partner, to be married with. Or it could be some place that you want to go, some type of goal in your life. When you have made the decision to do better, even this could be just all around. This could just be all around. This is any place in your life where you have raised a standard, where you rose, is that how you say it? Where you rose a standard, where you raised a standard in your life, and you said, I'm not accepting less than this. So this could be with people, this could be places, and this could be things. And that sums up everything. Wherever you have raised that standard, you're going to be tempted or tested or tried into accepting a little bit higher than what you were used to, but a little bit less than your standard. And if you know what you know, and you're at this point, you're going to have to decline, aka reject, even the thing that's a little bit more than what you're used to. And let me tell you something, it is okay. It is okay to say, you know what, that's not enough. I know people expect you to think that, to accept it. I know people are going to say that your standards are too high, you're being ridiculous. I know people are going to say that you're being unrealistic. They're going to say whatever they got to say about your decision that you're making. But at the end of the day, these decisions are between you, and you're the one who has to look yourself in the mirror now and later on, and assess those decisions and deal with the feeling, deal with how you felt about settling for what you settled for, deal with the regret of it, or deal with you being happy. Because if you make the right decisions, even if you have to wait it out a little bit more, if you make the right decisions, you're gonna look back and you're gonna be so happy that you waited it out and you did not settle and you made the right decision. So it's up to you. But I feel like the biggest temptation is when you're used to getting less. You're used to getting less. You're not used to the new level, the new thing that's being presented to you. All right. Let's say if you were in relationships, you were settling for someone who was not really that into you. Come on now, you settled for someone who's not really that into you. You don't really know where their head at. It's mixed signals. Now you find somebody who's just being a little bit more direct, and they're letting you know that they're into you, but the effort's still not there. The energy is still not there. It's just still not there. It's just not enough. So don't be afraid to just say it's not enough. I know this is what you're giving. I know this is a little bit more than what I'm used to. And some people would say that I should be satisfied with a little bit more than what I'm used to. But if you're not satisfied with a little bit more than what you're used to and you want more, don't be afraid to say that. Don't be afraid to be real with yourself and say that's not enough. If you used to make this a certain amount of money and you make a little bit more than the certain amount of money that you make, but it's still not meeting your needs, it's not enough. Yeah, I like it. no, yeah, this is better than what it was before, but it's still not enough. So I'm in expectation of more. I need more. I need more. I'm looking for more. And in the meantime, if when it comes to money, usually we don't have the privilege. But in the meantime, if you do, say, I'm going to reject this. If you don't, hold on. If it's a job, hold on to it until you find the next stone, the next stepping stone. But be actively looking for that stepping stone. If it's a person, don't be afraid to politely decline. Hey, I know you've made it clearer. You haven't been like those other situationships in the past where you didn't make things clear to me. But even though you're making things clear now, and you're applying a little bit more pressure, you're applying a little bit more effort than what I'm used to, this right here, it's still not enough. So don't be tricked. This is another trick. I talked about other tricks before, but don't be tricked into settling for less. If you wanna talk more about or hear more about like how, mixed signals, I have a video about mixed signals, the summation of that video is mixed signals don't really mean nothing. Mixed signals means no, and you're protecting yourself and you're protecting your time by just putting mixed signals. If you're getting mixed signals from a person, you're protecting yourself by just immediately put it in the no box. All right, just don't waste your time. But don't be afraid to be like, okay, great. Like when you take a full analyzation of everything and you analyze with everything and such, don't be afraid to be like, you know what? It's not enough. It's not enough, and you deserve more. It's really a part of understanding understanding that you deserve better. It all really comes down to that. If you know that you deserve better and you've been doing your work to want better and you've been expecting better, don't go ahead and settle for just over the minimum, just over bare minimum. That's not what we're doing this work for. We're doing the work for so we can get what we deserve, because there's nothing worse than accepting the bare minimum now or just over bare minimum, and then later on the bare minimum, the just over minimum that you accept now is bare minimum later on. It declined later on. It's not even good later on. So don't trick yourself out of what you deserve. Don't trick yourself into accepting just over bare minimum. Yeah, no one wants bare minimum, but don't trick yourself into accepting just over bare minimum either. Wait on your turn, wait on what you deserve, and politely decline anything else in the meantime that does not correlate with what you deserve. You know it in your heart. Don't settle because you're lonely. Don't settle because you feel desperate. Don't settle because of any of those reasons. Wait on what you deserve. All right? So I'll see y'all later. Bye.